Buongiorno amici, ciao a tutti, sono BC and welcome to the TueZday Garage. The VG's out, man. The VG is out. Hanging out over here on this impromptu tire stand and looking fresh, looking fly. Super clean, man. Front, back, inside, and out. It's grime and oil free, so it's a very, very good engine, man. I'm still very satisfied with it and happy, but yeah. We pulled that thing out during the live stream, man. You could see I got some serious sun today, guys. I made a pretty honest wage today, I'm not gonna lie. I was working outdoors and it is an incredibly beautiful day. It's mid-January and it's probably in the 80s today, and I got a lot of sun, and because of that I'm pretty burnt out, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, yeah, I'm looking pretty raw. But the engine is out. And so let's talk about a couple of ways ahead and what we're gonna do today. Now we got nothing but space, room, and all kinds of nice fun bits of cleaning project that we need to accomplish. Which yeah, it's fine, man. I don't mind the scrubbing, man. It's gonna be good. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all of these heat shields. We're gonna take those out. We're gonna make sure we scrub them, probably actually put some polish on them, really get them nice and neat, because I want this engine bay to be just as fantastic as the engine itself. And I think I've mentioned this a couple times, but I'm even thinking about taking it to the paint shop and having them do a professional job. But if we're gonna do that, we need to get a lot of stuff removed. But first and foremost, there's a couple things we need to remove. One is the power steering, so we're gonna have to take that out. And the other is the wiring harness. Now the wiring harness right now is all bundled up on the windshield. This is definitely something that we could go ahead and move along. I'm sure it would be of use to any Z owner, because this thing is super fresh, 100,000 miles, and it's not cracked. Everything is really good on it. So we're gonna pull that out and see if we can actually sell that to somebody. But another big major thing that's gonna have to happen here, and I think I talked about this, but now you can actually see, is this front cross beam is actually gonna have to be modified. And what I mean is the oil pan to the RB is going to come up and over the steering rack right here, and when it comes down, it's going to come down at such a slant that we're actually going to have to cut a notch out of this, probably from here to about there, all the way down to this surface down here, and basically this entire squared off piece here will end up being flat from here down to here. And we'll cut that notch out, and then we'll end up having a plate welded in its place to reinforce that, because that's a major component of the front end. So, but once we get that notch cut out there, then the oil pan will just cradle right into that area there. It should be just fine. That is the only modification that we need. We've already got our custom engine mounts that'll go here and here. There's some adapter plates, and then we have custom mounts that'll actually go onto the engine itself. So. Really, when it comes to this modification, we really got to think of what's the lesser of the three evils, right? So the three evils are: one, we hire a welder to come to the house, and they do the modification to this thing in place. That's probably going to be expensive. Two, we tow the car to a welder and have them do it there, and then yeah, we're gonna have to pay the towing to and from. And towing here in Hawaii is ridiculous, man. Option three is that we remove this and we just take this front cross member to the welder and they do the work. But when we do that, we're basically breaking the suspension and the alignment, and man, that just might end up being a lot more work in the end. So I'm torn, but we're gonna figure it out. So I'd like to hear your recommendations. I know it's probably going to be a good idea to get the alignment checked anyway, but I'd like to hear your recommendations. So, but anyway, check this out. Like I said, I'm feeling burnt out. I'm probably not going to get a lot done today, but I'll tell you what, I am going to work on removing all this wiring harness and actually pulling it out of the inside of the car and get the computer out. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to throw you on over to the footage of me the moment I was actually pulling the engine out of the car. I'm gonna speed it up, a little time lapse, and do a little voiceover, and yeah, we'll come together when it's all done. So ciao for now. I gotta say, this was probably one of the coolest 2.5 hours that I've spent in a little while. It was really, really awesome to have a lot of you guys in the chat and on the live stream, and kind of stuck it out and hung out. Lots of jokes and reminiscing, good times, old friends, people that I haven't seen in decades. But it was awesome that y'all came out and lent your support. Hopefully some of you guys kind of saw something and picked up on something and maybe learned something or just had a good time. I remember working here on this point, I was kind of talking about how it was just kind of having a little bit of a difficult time, and normally the engine is not designed to come out. Normally the oil pan kind of gets hung up on the steering rack a little bit, but with the right kind of motivation, it'll slip out. The real key is removing everything off the back of the tranny. That makes it a lot easier. Once we were able to get it out, it really was just a matter of finagling it and getting it around over to the side of the car, because there's limited space in this garage. And if you didn't know, we had to kind of hang the back of the car out the front of the garage, and that's why there's so much light behind us, because the door was open. Really, really successful time and extremely safe. I'll tell you, there was no bloodletting during that entire 2.5 hours, which for me is somewhat of an accomplishment. I think every mechanic feels that there's a little bit of sacrificial blood that must be spilt every time you work on something, but we walked away cut free, so kudos to us, right? Put the car down temporarily on those tires, and of course now is the obligatory engine bay pick. So anytime you pull an engine, guys, gotta get in the engine bay, take a pick, twin shockas. All right. That was a lot of fun, a lot of success, and once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and participating in the live stream. It was cool. Shout out to Pleasant Muse, who had the idea. I'm sure it's been done before. I've never seen it. I've never done it. So first for me, and probably first for some of you. And just thanks for hanging out. It was a good time. It was a really good time. So, and I know a lot of people had to kind of take off before the end. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed me putting this little piece in there. I would have liked to actually put the entire video up, but two problems. One, which I talked about really early in the live stream, I knew that listening to music on the radio, which I was gonna do because I have to when I'm working on the car, I knew I was gonna get copyright stricken, and I did. I got 6 copyright strikes, but I got banned in 244 countries, so I couldn't put the video up. It just wasn't gonna happen. The second thing was that even though we had some pretty good audio, it wasn't great. I mean, it was amateur. It was amateur stuff. So, but we're gonna keep trying to step it up, keep trying to work it out. But check this out, guys. So, man, I'm so red. I guess that's, what does my daughter say? Like hashtag aloha problems, Only in Hawaii can you complain about flowers falling on your car in the driveway and being sunburnt in January, and not from skiing. But guys, once I got a thin coat of sweat on me, I got motivated and I removed the wiring. I also took out the power steering lines down here, and I also removed a lot of the heat shield plates that we talked about. And what else? Yeah, I guess that's about it. Oh, the power steering reservoir, so that also came out. But check this out. So we're actually looking really, really good inside the engine bay. Everything's really, really cleaned out, and I am gonna get to town this week scrubbing this engine bay down. I mean, it's about stripped as I can. Down here, these are the fuel lines. So let's see, we got, these two are the fuel lines right here, and then we also got brake line, and then there's also an ABS. No, that's brake. That's brake. The ABS is this guy right here, this plug. But yeah, I don't really want to mess with those. The ones that are going across the back here, those are also brake lines for the right side of the car. So I don't want to break those. If we can, we're going to try and clean and hopefully get around it. But guys, when I was doing that huge 120K service on the engine, I really did clean it up a lot, and it just looks really, really grungy, and I think a lot of it is dust and grime from when it was in the body shop. Like a lot of it is sanding dust and paint and bodywork dust. Because look at this cross member. All I did was wipe it with a little bit of a cloth, like right here. Look, man, I mean, it's really, really nice underneath. It's got a nice shine to it. So hopefully the rest of it stays true. Oh yeah, I removed the heater core hoses, so I removed those as well. But hopefully the rest of it has a really nice shine, and man, if we can avoid the paint shop, that'd be amazing. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can get it really, really clean, do a light wet sanding, and then do our own clear coat. I think that might actually work out. So we'll see what comes out of it. But Amici, that's gonna be. Let me do this. Let's put this. I know you guys like that. Right in my noggin. So I know this is a little bit short, but we've been getting a lot of work done, and this is one of those weeks where we're just gonna have to kind of get everything set. We're gonna work on some little projects here and there. I think it's time to go ahead and order the computer. So I'm gonna be getting with Custom Import Arts to look into ordering the Link ECU, and we've already got our other wiring. Ooh. Yes, so we're gonna be working on little projects here and there, like probably we gotta order some parts. We gotta put a fuel filter or a fuel pump in, and start looking at getting the cross member fixed and all that other stuff. But we also got to start building the Frankenmission. So let's see, we got the RB26 transmission right there, and the Z32 transmission right there, and yeah, we got to mate those two up. So I think that might be kind of like the next project. I think we're going to work on two things concurrently, right? We're going to work on the engine bay, and we're going to work on the Frankenmission, and we'll just kind of toggle between two of them for the next couple times we're together, and yeah, just kind of take it nice and easy, nice and slow, and we're going to get there, man. So I'm just a few weeks away. I think a few weeks away from like startup. I think that's a realistic goal. Driving, maybe more than a few weeks. And when I say a few weeks, I'm probably thinking like 5, 6. Just depends on how fast we're going. Driving by summertime. I want to be driving by summertime. It just depends on how everything starts to fit together. So, anywho, Amici, I'm done. You're done. We're done. Talk to you later. Aloha. Bye-bye.